Good morning, afternoon, or evening, all my outdoor adventurous friends. This is The Outdoor Gypsy, where I try and bring you the highest quality content that I can in as little of time as possible on backpacking all across the United States and North America. If you enjoy this video, go ahead and trample all over that like button down below. Consider subscribing and drop me a line if you have any questions. Stay tuned all the way until the very end of the video, where I will be sharing my thoughts, tips, tricks, things you may want to know before you go on this adventure. As you can see here behind me, we have set up camp at the Little Quilcene Trailhead Lean-To. If you would like to go ahead and check that video out, I will leave a link for that right up here. Without further ado though, we are going to be getting some nature love from the Mount Townsend loop here in beautiful Washington. Enjoy. Guys, bring it in.
Yeah, we gotta do it.
We did it.
We did it. Ooh.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and opinions real quick on this trail. First, I want to go over some of the technicals. Mount Townsend Loop is located in the Buckhorn Wilderness, which is just on the eastern side of Olympic National Park. The hike itself goes 12 miles, and it has an elevation gain of roughly 4,000 feet. We did this over the course of 2 days, 1 night, with that 1 night being spent at Camp Wendy. More on that in a few moments. You will not need any special vehicles, but it is at the end of a dirt road, just be aware. No special permits are required for this trip, either to perform it or to access the parking lot. There are a number of ways that you can summit Mount Townsend. We decided to do this as a loop style hike, starting out on the Silver Lake Trail and eventually ending on the Little Quilcene Trail. You can also choose to do this as just a simple out and back on the Little Quilcene Trail. No matter which way you go, we did find that it would be a difficult trek, no matter if you made this an out and back or a loop style hike. Doing this hike the way we had done it, that being the loop, we started out on the Silver Lake Trail. For approximately 2.5 miles or so, this was a very difficult start to any trail. There are a lot of exposed tree roots as well as boulders, and it does ascend very quickly. With a backpack on your back, this does make the start to this trip very difficult. As you continue along the Silver Lake Trail, it eventually smoothens out and becomes much more backpacker and hiker friendly. You'll see where it kind of Ys or Ts. You're going to kind of take that to your right, where eventually it will lead you into Silver Lake. The three of us did spend a few moments here just taking in the majesty of the surrounding mountains at Silver Lake, as well as the lake itself. It's absolutely beautiful here if you have a few minutes. Even though she is beautiful, she is a little bit deadly. We found that the horseflies and the mosquitoes here were just torturous. Even though we did not set up camp here at Silver Lake, I do think this would be a magical spot to set up camp for a night or two. If you have the opportunity, I would suggest on the far side of Silver Lake where there is a grassy opening, that would be the best spot to set up camp. There are 2, 3, 4 spots that are ideal, and that way you get to overlook all of Silver Lake with Welch Mountains in the background. For this trip, there are plenty of water resupply stations. There are a ton of little streams and creeks and little water holes and ponds. Silver Lake itself you can fill up at, as well as Camp Wendy, and there's also on the backside of Camp Wendy a little stream even in the dead of summer that should be running that you can fill up with. As I had mentioned earlier, we did camp at Camp Wendy for our camp spot. This camp spot seems a little bit unassuming, but it is beautiful. Try and get the spot on the most eastern side of the lake. It does tend to open up there where you get to see the entire cityscape of Seattle and the distant Cascades. For our second day, all three of us elected to get up very early before sunrise and pack up camp, because we were thinking, hey, if we got up early and we got to catch sunrise over the Cascades, it was going to be beautiful. Lo and behold, that thought played out perfectly. We did get about half a mile to a mile into our hike before the sun did come up over the Cascades, and it was just something heavenly. There was just this beautiful cool breeze coming over the ledge, and the warm soft glow of the orange sunlight hitting you in the face just made you feel like you were the only people on the planet at that point in time. I really can't think of a better way to reach the top of a mountain than how we did it on this day. Again, similar to our Little Quilcene trek, we did not really see any big game. We did get to see some small little minnows, 3 or 5 inch fish in Silver Lake, but no actual big game. Very much like Little Quilcene, we did see some mountain goat hoof prints on the trail at different points, so they are there. Just for us, we did not actually see them. As is typical for backpacking out in the mountains, you are going to see a bunch of different wildflowers. Keep in mind your experience will differ slightly depending on the time of year that you go and do this hike. But for us in August, some of the wildflowers that we got to see are rhododendrons, fireweed, mountain paintbrush, Perry catchflies, penstemon, columbine, lupine, harebell, tiger lily, and a few others I'll leave pictures for here. Overall, 10 out of 10, would highly recommend this hike. This is a good distance hike whether you're experienced or not, or you're first starting out. It is challenging, but not overly challenging, and you have beautiful mountain views, you have alpine lakes, and panoramic views at the top of Mount Townsend. If you have done this hike, drop me a line down below. Let me know. Did you think it was okay, average, or did it blow your expectations out of the water like it did for me? All right, guys, that's it for me for now for this trip. As always, I am the Outdoor Gypsy. I'm signing off for now, but I will see you guys on the next adventure.